Hi, good morning, Rob. It's great to see you, and thanks for spending time with us today on this interview. Before we start, maybe you can tell us a bit about yourself, your background, your role at Bolttech.
Hi, Gil. Thanks for having me. I'm Rob Schimek. I'm the CEO of Bolttech. We are a high-growth international Insurtech operating on 3 continents, North America, Europe, and Asia. And we do embedded insurance, but we also offer the world's leading technology-enabled ecosystem for protection and insurance through an insurance exchange, a technology-enabled insurance exchange. And just to keep that in context, our insurance exchange, like a stock exchange, enables buyers and sellers of insurance to connect. And last year, we quoted about $55 billion of premium through that insurance exchange. So something we're really proud of. I'm talking to you today from Singapore, which is our home office.
And this is unbelievable. And I also know that you have a long background in the industry. And as one of the top industry leaders that we know from the global insurance industry, and also as one of the biggest unicorns in the insurance industry, there is one big concern that concerns a lot of investors around our surrounding, and this is the current state of the insurance industry in regards with valuations of Insurtech companies and the market sentiments and what we have seen in the last year or two. So my first question to you is, how do you see this situation? Are we sobering, or this is temporary? What are your feelings about it? And you just closed a huge round with a very high valuation. So how does it reflect on your side?
So, Gil, I think everyone will agree that it's a extremely challenging external environment. And the insurance industry as a whole is having to navigate new risks and uncertainties. And look, there are clearly weakening market sentiments that have impacted Insurtech valuations. And it's not just Insurtech valuations. There's a current downturn in the tech sectors in general. But I think while some market observers might view the Insurtech investment landscape as sort of a monolith, the Insurtech funding and market developments that we're seeing on the ground tend to be a lot more variable and nuanced. Not all of the Insurtechs are created equal. It's sort of an obvious comment that I'm making, but they play at different points in the insurance value chain. And there's unique differences across Insurtech. And I believe that the companies that are best equipped to weather the current headwinds are those that are solving real industry and customer problems with large TAMs, total addressable markets,
yes,
have an asset-light business model, and I think ultimately the ones that are proactively managing their business fundamentals. So, what we're seeing is that investors are really prioritizing sustainable business models, and the financial discipline is really heightened over this concept of growth at all costs. So from the beginning of our journey at Bolttech, we've always had the view of building a very sustainable, resilient business model. And it's really evident in our successful Series B fundraise. We announced it in late 2022 during the middle of the capital market downturn.
Right.
I think it's a really strong validation of our investors' belief in our business model and our unique value proposition for the future of insurance. And as we work toward closing this Series B here in the first part of this year, we're just remained very focused on pursuing sustainable growth and building a strong foundation that can withstand the unpredictable market forces. So, we're building our competitive advantage as an enabler, not as a disruptor for this industry. We facilitate collaboration and cooperation between Insurtechs, and even non-insurance businesses, and we focus on ecosystem partnerships. So I think that what I would say is we recognize that the current business landscape is going to be challenging through the rest of 2023. but don't think that it's a one size fits all answer for who's going to win and who's going to lose. We think that in spite of all of the capital contraction and the other
Right.
headwinds that are out there, we expect to see winners in the Insurtech sector emerging stronger from the challenging period. We think that Bolttech is strategically well positioned to move forward with confidence. And we're just strengthening our ambition to make insurance easy and more accessible for everyone.
Yeah, that's amazing and fantastic. I think I read on the subtext here is that first of all, you should everybody should decide to go to basics, which means profitability and unit economics that are working. But on the other side, as you encapsulated in Bolttech, the distribution channels should be more effective. And this is exactly what I know that you are doing very efficiently in terms of all the partnerships that you do and all the embedded side of part of Bolttech, right?
It really is, and again, it gets back to sort of this don't put all insurtechs into a single categorization as though we all do exactly the same thing. Bolttech's a big believer in making distribution of insurance, making the accessibility of insurance for the customers, for our distribution partners, more seamless. We've got a very focused team that says we want to build the world's leading technology-enabled ecosystem for protection insurance. There's a lot in there. We want to be world leading. We want it to be in technology enabled. We want it to be an ecosystem, and we're not focused just on plain old insurance. It can be services or protections that are even above and beyond the standard, typical, traditional insurance products.
Yes, amazing. So this leads me to my next question, which is how do you see the major 2 or 3 trends for the upcoming years in the insurance industry?
Well, I think that it is undeniable that you will see this term embedded insurance continue to gain momentum. We believe in that. We play in that space. We think that it is meeting a very important market need. But I think also that sometimes people get mesmerized by a single thought or a single idea behind a concept like embedded insurance. They define it in one way. And right. To me, you always have to pay attention to where the ball is going, not to where it has been. And so I feel like at times the world behaves like it's a young child's soccer game, and the ball goes left and everyone goes left, and the ball goes right and everyone goes right. The truth of the matter is that even the context of embedded insurance is going to continue to evolve. Right now, it may be very simple product. It may be no choice as sort of the calling cards of embedded, but it fills a really important need because it has the ability for the insured to pick protection at the point of need in this seamless, easy journey. But I think that that's sort of where the ball is today. I don't think that's where it's going to be. We think that this world of embedded insurance will expand to a choice model, a model that's not stuck just simply in this concept of simplicity and no choice, where the customer just gets what we offer. But instead, what if the customer wants to be able to choose their form of coverage, or the amount of coverage, or the type of coverage that's being offered? And so we think that what we do at Bolttech, which is where we offer an embedded insurance solution that's just easy and simple for the customer, but also we offer the ability to expand to a choice model, whereas the thing that the customer's protecting becomes more valuable. They can have more choice, and they can protect it the way that they want and in a way that meets their unique needs. That's a really big deal. So to me, the ongoing growth of embedded insurance, but the expansion to choice is one. And then the second big trend that I think is out there, and it's undeniable, is this concept of artificial intelligence and generative AI. You can't deny it. And just if you look at what has happened in the last 6 months, it's absolutely remarkable. And so, I don't claim to be an expert in all of this. And as a matter of fact, I think that many CEOs can get caught up in this issue of, hey, I'm a step or two removed from it, and so therefore I'm afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it either. I embrace it. I just think that you have to focus on understanding the things that are really important. You have to understand how will it impact your industry, and how can it be used with use cases to improve what it is that we're doing today. So every CEO has a responsibility to do that. You also have to understand what it's going to do to your people. You have to understand, will this change the way that we think about the structure of our organization? Will it change the kind of people that we need in our organization? But there will always be this combination of people and data, machines, analytics, and artificial intelligence. And so I think understanding what it means to the people side of your business will be a big deal. And then I think lastly, in artificial intelligence, you also have to be very thoughtful about how will you make sure that you use it responsibly. And there's so many ethical issues. There's so many regulatory issues. And all I can say is, with a giant smile, these are the puzzles that we live to solve. This is what makes this business so fun and so challenging. And so to me, if I just kept it in a nutshell to those two big trends, I think you capture what is the essence of where this industry is going.
Yeah, this is amazing. I think that first of all, we would need a scheme of rules soon to be implemented. And secondly, about the trend on the embedded insurance, I think that we are going towards the next level of embedded, which also is the next level of premiums that we are going to collect through the embedded insurance. And the bigger and more complicated solutions will be there.
I really agree. And I think also, Gil, anyone who's tried this concept of embedded before and it just wasn't for them, it's at their own peril that they dismiss it and say that there's no use for it and it doesn't have a space. Embedded insurance is here. It's here to stay. And it is growing and it is evolving like the world is evolving around us. And you just have to be adaptable. If you're adaptable, if you're flexible, if you're agile, you're going to understand that as these trends happen, you adapt your organization and you adapt to the opportunities that get presented. But I think there's no such thing as this doesn't work, or this is impossible, or this is not going to be a part of the future. It is a part of the future. The future is happening right now. And I would say get on board.
Amazing. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Robert. It's always great speaking with you. I always learn more and more, and this is fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Gil, it's my pleasure.